I was saying just 3 seconds ago, you're probably one of the more well-versed of the Screenwriter Lab's fellows in terms of cinema. You already have half a dozen shorts. You've traveled the film festival circuit. You're well-versed in this world that we're currently in. I was wondering what your rapport is with cinema in terms of where you're at now, the juncture that you are now, and the writing process. What is that body of short films? How does that help you inform or a feature, your first feature?
Yeah, I think what's happened is that I've ended up making a ton of shorts just because I've been trying to write. You know, it's taken me a bit of tries to write a decent feature script.
Okay.
I wrote a couple that sort of like I'm glad died. So, but while I've tried to figure all of that out and kept writing features, I kept making short films. And the good thing that came out of it, one of the good things that came out of it, I think, is with my last short film, which is called Nothing Ever Really Ends. That was the first one where the humor sort of came more to the surface. I think it's always been there, but very subtly so. And then with that one, it sort of I just discovered something new that I can do and that I enjoy doing and that I like to have in my films. So with the feature film that's been part of the lab,
Thomas in 10 Dimensions.
Yes, Thomas in 10 Dimensions. That mix of comedy and drama has been, that's coming out of the short film work, and especially that final short film.
Okay, so tonally, you found a sort of like a vocabulary in terms of emotional humor, I guess, and
yes, yeah. So very much like comes out of the characters, out of the situations. It's very naturalistic and real, but still funny. And yeah, to mix the sweet with the sour, that's sort of like I figured that out with that project. Scandi,
part of a long history of Scandi filmmakers with their particular brand of humor.
Sure.
I was wondering if you could describe the look, the texture, the tone, the tapestry of what you put on paper.
Yeah, so it's a story of a guy who's doing his PhD in quantum physics, and he's quite brilliant when it comes to the universe and to the tiniest structures to sort of shape our reality, and then everything in the middle between the universe and the tiniest things he's not so good at.
Yeah.
And so it's a rare weird blend of like a lot of science that I've sort of like managed to squeeze into the script, but it's always sort of thematically grounded. It's like quantum physics speaks of a sort of a level of uncertainty. There are certain things that can happen in nature that we can't quite explain, and it might change without like following the known laws of nature and so forth. So that sort of level of uncertainty in his physics, that's also taking place in his close relationship. So he has a mother who's ill and a son who's being bullied and an ex-wife that he kind of hopes still
win her
has
over.
some love for for him. So I think so that sort of weird mix of science, of like everyday humor, everyday drama, a very sort of intimate small human drama and the big universe around it. That's I don't know if this answers your question at all, but that's the texture.
Life is not easy for Thomas, is what you're saying. He's got a lot,
and he's not making it easy for himself. Yeah,
typical.
He's quite good at making it difficult.
In terms of how you physically write, how you like what's your strategy? Like, how do you go about writing scenes, dialogue, conversation, ideas?
I think the main thing for me is just to have it. I have a home office, and I just the best day I can possibly have is just to get up in the morning and just put on my sort of morning robe and drink a cup of coffee and start writing. That's like the best start to a day that I can have. And I literally I'll switch off my phone and put it in a box in the living room, and I use an app to sort of shut down the internet, so even if I want to, I can't go on it. And then it's fine for me if nothing much happens in the first 2 hours, but as long as the rule is kind of that I can't do anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
And then things sort of starts to sort of hopefully
flow. What did that process confirm for you, or maybe didn't confirm?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I have it's a main character that's not always easy to like, and the sort of received wisdom is that main characters kind of need to be likable. Obviously, that's I'm just. It's never as easy as that, but I think it was interesting to meet so many advisors and have all of them to some extent see that character slightly differently. So some of that would challenge me, where I realized that I wasn't actually communicating the right things about the character.
Okay.
And every now and then I would also be get confirmation that no, it's great that he's a little bit unlikable.
Yes.
Here and there, and it's I think in general writing is just like it takes a couple of drafts to sort of figure out the character. So I'm so even if I've written 2 drafts and I'm about to do the 3rd draft, there's still so much to figure out about that character and just that balance between his massive ego and his
where is he coming from, how his childhood and all that stuff. There's a backstory to the story.
So it's a sort of psychological excavation that we try to figure it out. And the workshop was immensely helpful in that respect.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Jakob, and